Also, one of the things that the reason that we call Senior Connect was not only just purely talk about technology, but it's about connecting to the rest of the world. How do we connect to the rest of the world through technology, through social media? So using this as a tool. So this is probably one of the reasons that I would say uh, um, back to the funders that no, this is not about just a senior coming in with the laptop phone to say how do I do this. It's more like how do you use that tool to get information, especially what we've gone through in the last 12 months with the pandemic. I mean, I'm glad I hear that many are able to do that because that's the whole objective of the class too.
Yes, and I think many of them have picked up a lot from this. I'm sure they have, because I'm thinking that a lot of them have got better at doing this kind of stuff than they would have done without having taken this class.
Small thing, you cannot just call up somebody and ask. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not like you were there and you understand what the question's coming from. You know how I get into that to have that problem type of thing. You know.
Well, I live on my own, and I love to meeting people. In the center, I can meet my neighbor, not every stranger. Even they are strange to me, but I know they are neighbor. So that's why I joined the center, and they have plenty of program. And especially this one special for senior, because I have a trouble with the younger one, and they don't know what I'm talking about because they think I'm dinosaur. But for you have a wide range of knowledge on computer and all kind of device, and you are patient with us.
Things are changing, so I just wanted to keep myself updated. And since I have a published book and I want to keep writing and maybe doing a second edition, which I've done already, that I need to be current. And I know that somebody like Dominic, you would be very beneficial to me.
So I'd been talking to June earlier, I guess before I retired or around the time that I retired, and I wanted to be able to use my laptop, which is a Mac, much better. Now I'm a PC person, but I don't know much about Mac, and I don't know much about how it sort of works or where to find things on it. So that's what I was talking to her about, and she said that she had that you were running these classes.
And another good thing about this course too is I didn't mention about it is because during the COVID, most people, particularly older people too, they have nowhere to go. They have to be at home. They feel isolation. Okay, and because with a group like that, and the name is so good, Seniors Connect, and they feel belong. Because they actually, including myself, in isolation, I thank you or thank God because I'm occupied, but imagine people usually go to community center, regularly or mingle with friends and all that. Imagine.
Since the virtual class compared with the in-person class, because of the virtual class, I've done a lot more. I've ventured into editing my book completely, and I've learned a few, many more things. And I think we had the chance to ask a lot of questions, have a lot of questions answered, and have you show us how to find answers to our questions. And I don't think it was possible in the in-person class. I thought this class, the virtual class, was much more beneficial.
I am very comfortable to talking with you guys online, but once in a while I still want to reach out or meet people, and it's different, the feeling is different. But it's like before only in person with the class. Sometimes I get lost because sometimes people ask too many questions, and And sometimes we have an instructor don't know how to handle that, and then other people will get lost. They are lost in the cloud, something like that.
It's just too many questions,
Yes.
too many people asking too many
Or
questions, right?
they think they own the instructor. They have too many questions.
Has technology become more important to you during this last 12 months?
So I'm not really sure the answer to that, because up until December 2019, I was working full time. So I was in an office with a computer, with the telephones, with the fax machines, with everything. And then I retired. And so I was sort of looking around for other things to do, maybe take some classes, learn some stuff, or volunteer somewhere. And then the pandemic hit and everything went to hell in a handbasket. So then I was stuck with going from working every day 9 to 5 to suddenly being home all the time with absolutely nothing to do, nowhere to be able to go. So I guess in that sense, my computer did become important.
Things I used to go to YMCA or Tim Horton. I can stand there for an hour or half an hour to an hour to read my email. I don't need a Wi-Fi at home. But in the March and April, if I stand outside, it's too cold.
It's too cold, and everyone is freaking out because of COVID, remember? So how, okay, besides using Wi-Fi, because buying Wi-Fi is become a necessity in current climate, in current time, how has that changed your lifestyle? How does that technology change your lifestyle?
Change a lot. I used to now, like even my church, and they go online, So actually, I'm really comfortable of this online. I hate to say maybe I'm not quite crazy to meet people.
No, I think it's convenience, right? I mean, being online is convenience, and I think because you have families kind of in Canada and in Hong Kong, so in the past you wanted to meet with your family in Hong Kong, you have to get to the Wi-Fi places.
Yes.
But now you can just sit at home and stay in bed if you want to and just grab the phone, right? So
yes. Before I cannot talk privacy. Because of privacy issue. If I have to speak something related to family, I have to use the landline instead of the phone. The cell phone.
So that makes. How about entertainment? Because I know one of the challenges you face was, remember when we talk about, when you talk about, okay, you need something else besides the phone because the phone is small, you can look at it all day long. but so how does that change your entertainment habit? Because I know you love YouTube.
Yes, I do.
How does that change now for you with the Chromebook instead of on the phone? Do you find yourself watching more stuff online?
Oh God, it's gone crazy. I think I have a folder last summer. I think it's something to do with I watch too much YouTube. My eye, have a folder,
Okay, yeah.
No idea that night. I didn't know what to do because at 10 o'clock at night I got a message, didn't know what to do. All I'm thinking of, I had to clean my house in case I die. They come in to sort things out. And you could not talk to anybody. You go on the computer, they enter all the information. Of course, at night, no responded until I told you 7 o'clock. They call in the morning, but that was time I fell asleep because I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep all night. No, it's scary experience.
As a senior person like yourself who retired, not working, at the end of the day, how much cell phone what do we call screen time that you want to spend? Do you really want to wake up, have breakfast, and then next thing you know is like right in front of the screen? That's the questions.
Yeah, that's the question. I couldn't believe it. As soon as I get up in the morning, and I get all this notification and all the email, or WhatsApp. And then after I read this from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, it's almost couple hours to few hours pass by so easily. I don't know. Sometimes I find I am hooked on it, and now I have to tell myself, just leave it. You just go out, do something, even shop a little bit, Like every Thursday is a senior day for shopper. Every Tuesday is
I did publish my book, but
Yeah.
I would like to get online and work online with my editing my book.
Not yet, because I told you I have my email account has been hacked a couple of times. I actually I lost the confidence of that at all. So that's why I haven't tried it. But it's good to know you show the other people how to do it, and I kind of maybe give it a try sooner or later, because everybody is online.
I wasn't uncomfortable before. I just didn't know where things were or how to find some things. And so, yes, this class has definitely helped me in that respect, to know how to find some things, how to do some specific things, like the Dropbox and the all this, the cloud and all that kind of stuff that you went through. So those kind of things I didn't know anything about at all, and probably didn't really look at and didn't totally understand. Always sort of felt in a way that iCloud was probably Big Brother was looking at you, and I never really knew how safe something like that was. So yes, this class has definitely helped with that side of things very much so. And you've also helped tremendously, both Kathy and I don't know whether anybody else did too, but when we were buying the new computers. So for me, it was you help with which sites to research from, and the other big thing too was you had comparisons up on your screen of all the different products that could possibly be side-by-side comparisons. And I don't know that I would have known how to pull those up if you hadn't shown us that one. How to save and copy the files from my old PC onto the new one, and how to wipe off the old one, which I haven't finished yet. Well, I have. I've taken everything off, but it's got a DVD player in it, and I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do with all my music, as to whether I just want to try and stick everything in and download it onto my computer so that I've got it there instead. And then I need to figure out how to recycle it. So I will be back at you for that. You've given me
No problem.
So we'll deal with that one. But yes, this has definitely been a very useful class for me.
I think before this class, you probably didn't even use any online app like Zoom or this one, Go Meet, or anything like that, right? Like
No. Even people invite me to the health seminar or the other community center with my sister, and she keep pushing me, and I say, no, I don't want it. And my cell phone is not good enough and some things like that,
Yeah. But I think now, for example, you use Zoom once or twice a week at least, right?
Yeah.
So
I have
how
no
would
problem now.
no problem now? Okay, good.
No,
So
I feel
Remember, I came to your first thing and I told you that I have a tablet, a Samsung tablet, and I never used it for 4 years. Was a Christmas gift, never used it. So since you told me, okay, sure, bring it to the class, we go over that. Then I have the confidence. In fact, I did myself. It's not really a big problem. Remember, I did it, and then I thought, the worst thing that happened to me is I break the tablet. But I did it, and you really make me brave,
Yeah,
So that's
good.
the first time I set up something by myself.
I see the benefit of in-person as well, even though I found virtual was excellent and you were able to get through a lot more topics faster, and your planning and everything was great. But in person, I noticed when we did the in-person, afterwards we were able to get the one-on-one, which I miss very much, because we get the one-on-one much more at the in-person, and that could be a benefit if we did a 50-50 or whatever fraction of the course you want to
Yeah.
allow for.
I don't know. I think perhaps for me, I might prefer the online. The hybrid is a good idea. The only thing that I foresee happening there, and it might not, is that again, presumably your hybrid will be you're there in the classroom teaching some people and you're live streaming at the same time.
Yes.
Is that what
Something
you mean?
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So then
Correct.
the only issue for me is again, if the people in the classroom start interrupting and trying to deal with their own issues and overtake the class.
Yeah.
That would be the only issue for me. So it would entirely depend on who was sitting there in the classroom and why they went, whether they were there just for the socialization, whether they were really there to get a problem issued.
Okay.
The good thing about the hybrid is that, again, for me, I could then just pick up my phone on my laptop and walk in that day. If I say ahead of time, can we deal with this particular topic? And you set it up for that. I can walk in and say, here, this is my problem on my computer at the end of the class. Can we look at it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yes, having that extra time, that extra half an hour at the end to look at individual people's problems is a good thing.
Well, if you know about computer, if you think you know it all, the person right there say no. So come and learn more. Do you want to be informed? Do you read your newspaper every day? Do you go online and check what's happening out there? No. Come, because information is made available for you.
It would be very beneficial, even if you know absolutely nothing, or you are afraid to touch that gadget that you have. This class would help tremendously. It would make you braver to touch, to make mistakes. It would show you how to find out a lot of things on your own, as well as with Dominic or whoever the instructor is. And it would get you to where you want to be, the things you want to do on the computer. And it will keep you up to date, not only with the computer or your gadgets, but it will give you a way to find out things happening around you in Canadian life, especially those things important to seniors or even to others who want to find out or to connect and find out through the computer or the internet points of interest and importance.
When
Settle?
COVID is all calmed down, settled down, would you keep your Wi-Fi at home?
There is 50-50 chance. I will keep it or will not keep it. See how it's going. But I was thinking maybe it will be never be the same like before,
My prediction is you end up keeping it.